All right, guys, welcome to All Play. It's time for another little bit of rambling. I guess I called this logical rambling after last time I played Picross and did a little bit of rambling because it's a logic game. So we'll play a little bit more. I'm making these so that you don't have to watch them in order. They're not sequential, but I guess this will be my replacement for Monday mornings. Monday mornings, like I said, we'll be back in a different environment. This is the different environment, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. We left off here? Yes, I left this last row of K through O. All right. So let's see. What can I update? Let's update about Alt Play a little bit. No hints. We don't use hints around here. All right. We'll update about Alt Play a little bit. Just let me get started. Let me get in the groove of doing Picross again. It's not that it's hard. It's just that over the course of any given week, I often do like 3 or 4 different kinds of logic games. 1, 2, 3, blank. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, yeah, blank. 1, 2, 3. I do like 3 or 4 different types of logic puzzles, like in my free time. So I have to train myself to think about how to do a puzzle again, a different type of puzzle every time I switch over to something else. We can talk a little bit about Alt Play. I've come up with a few new productions. The first, something that posted, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, is Alt Play Radio. For a while, I've been wanting to get back into doing radio things and podcasts, but I had to find the right avenue. And I really think Alt Play Radio is the right avenue. Alt Play Radio is where I talk about my stance in gaming, or I talk about things that I think about the gaming environment, the gaming community, or video games and media in general. I'm going to broaden up a little bit to media. And I feel like that's a good outlet for me to do. It's also nice to have a mix of content on the channel. Stuff that's not just gameplay, but me actually doing things where I'm talking about games. Because like I said, I've liked games for a long time. I've been playing games since before I could walk, talk, before I could hold my own spoon. I was holding a Nintendo controller, NES controller. Can't go on to. This one has to be like that. Okay. These are done. These are done. That's done. Has to be these. See how I'm flying through? Like I said, I have to retrain myself to think in the proper format for some good old Picross. Alt Play Radio is not going to be, I can already tell you, it's not going to be a weekly thing. It might be a monthly thing at best, once a month. I want to have a production once a month for Alt Play Radio, just so that it doesn't go under the radar. It stays on the radar to the point where people are looking for it. But I don't want to just make any crappy, I'm going to say crappy, and that's not really like a good word to use for it. But I don't want to just put out anything. I want the things that I put for Alt Play Radio to matter. Like I said, audio production is one of my things. I've been doing it forever. So I want the things I talk about on Alt Play Radio to matter. It's a peach, not a butt. See? It's a peach. You eat peaches, not butts. I want the content for Alt Play Radio to matter. So for me to do that, I know for a fact it's going to take me a while to research the things I want to talk about. Even like the last video, my stance in gaming, I had to do a little bit of research for that. Let's take on Puzzle L. I do a little bit of research of that because there were things that I wanted to talk about that I knew, but I didn't remember exactly the information. Like, for example, I had to research information on what the ratings were, like what different companies thought a good game was, an okay game was, an excellent game, a bad game. I had to look that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, 1 blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I had to do a little bit of research, and I don't mind the research. Honestly, this is a very fun subject to research. Gaming is a very fun subject to do research for. Because you'll most likely end up learning something that you didn't want to talk about. You'll learn about something that you didn't plan on talking about. For example, I learned a lot of the games that I like were indie games, and they were games from around 2006 to 2010. I thought indie gaming started after that, just after 2010. But I learned no, that's not when the start came around. So that means there's a whole library of games that I'm not even familiar with, and I'm actually excited to go back and find. Oops, because this is one, and then this is one. Okay, I probably should have did that before. So there's a whole bunch of a library of games that I can go back and look for that I probably didn't know were indie games or were made by indie companies. So that gave me something else to look at. So expect Alt Play Radio at most once a month. You guys don't know when the next one's coming up. I'm not just going to surprise it. I'm not going to drop it on you. I'll let you guys know well in advance, just like I let you know about Alt Play Radio, the first episode coming out, I think 5 days before. And that was my fault. I meant to let you guys know a lot earlier, but I didn't have the graphic in the video on hand every time it was time for me to post it. So, my bad. In the next subject, I go ahead and tell you the next subject, what I want to do for All Play Radio. I'm thinking a look at Games and Chill over this past year and rating maybe the top 10, maybe top 5, I don't know. There's some of them will be obvious. It won't take much to tell you which ones are definitely going to be on the list because they're episodes of Games and Chill that ended up being full series on the channel. I mean, it's obvious that I like those games. So be on the lookout for that. What else? Obviously, there's this series, Logical Rambling. I'm going to do this every once in a while because I always like to keep you guys up to date on what I'm thinking about doing with the channel. And a lot of feedback actually becomes content. I have a lot of people that keep up with me, and I won't say they watch every video, but they do watch a healthy amount of videos. It's a banana. This picture's a banana. We made a banana right here. A lot of people do actually come to me and tell me, hey, I like what you did in this video, but I don't think it came across the way you wanted it to, the way you explained it in another video. How about if you try this? And I'll always say, hey, man, yeah, thanks. I'll try it out, and I'll actually let you take a look at. Hang on. You gotta start this puzzle right, boy. Gotta start this puzzle right. I'll actually let you, in most cases, take a look at what I've done so that you can tell me what you think. Because what you guys think matters. Let's be honest. What you guys think matters to me. This one here. This one. And there. Anything else? Exava's birthday is coming up. I went back through Instagram one day. I was reminiscing on the good old days with some friends. And I was thinking, I made Exava about a year ago. I know the picture is here from when I finally got her put together. Exava, for those of you who don't know, is my computer. It's most likely that loud whirring noise that you hear going on right now. Her birthday's coming up, so what I'm planning to do is finally getting all the stats and the specs for her and putting that into a video. Please listen, just note this much, guys. It's going to be an explanation like I don't know what I'm talking about because I mostly don't know what I'm talking about. I worked on, let me see, 1, 2, blank, 1, blank, 1, 1, blank, 1, blank, 1, 2. I worked on the idea of having a computer with my friend Jay. You guys know Jay, who's on the channel, King Castle Crasher. That's on the channel with me sometimes. Here and here. Okay. And he gave me some tips. And then I mostly used a website called PC Part Picker to give me parts of the computer that work together, that are compatible. Because, as I've learned, not every one blank here. Not every computer piece, you can't just go buy certain pieces and put them together. No, they have to be compatible. I'm going to be more or less reading my list that I came up with from PC Part Picker, and you guys can tell me about Exava. I made her so that she can do a lot of gaming. Like I said, I need a gaming computer. And she can handle editing. She can actually put a killing in the video production department. One of those words. Before I had Exava, I was using my MacBook to put together videos, which wasn't bad. It's just one video tied up my MacBook for 2.5 hours. I remember back when I was playing Crypto the Necrodancer, for me to export one video, one 10 to 12 minute video, it took about 2.5 hours. Hang on, why can't I find anything for this now? Oh, that's why. So that video's coming. That video will most likely post on Exava's birthday. Exava was completed. Well, I started putting her together, I believe it was December 4th. And then that night, and then around midnight is when I had everything together and it was running. It was running the way I wanted it to run. So be on the lookout for that. And there's going to be a hell of a lot of B-roll. So I'm glad I recorded my gameplay series ahead of time, because it'll buy me enough time to get it done the way I think is right. Speaking of gameplay, let's go ahead and talk about it. Over the past week, I've started 2 new series. I've really started back up with Pokemon Red, Pokemon Fire Red, the Nuzlocke run. And I began Pokemon White, a solo run. This is a corn cob. You want to be real about it? There you go, corn. I'll do the next 2. Pokemon White, a solo run, and Pokemon Red, the Nuzlocke. Those are both alt plays. Like I said, I want to focus on indie gaming, but the alt plays have not disappeared. That's what we do around here. Hang on, 1 blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For those of you not in the know, the channel is called Alt Play because I got tired of gaming a long time ago, and I realized it was because games presented the same challenge. So I came up with my own challenges, my own alternate ways of playing the game, my own alt plays. That's a very brief synopsis on what it is. Now, alt plays are still coming. That's where I was going with it. Sorry. Alt plays are still coming. I've continued the Fire Red Nuzlocke run because I did say eventually 1, 2, 3, blank. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I did say eventually I wanted to come back and finish the game completely. That means going through the Sevi Islands, dealing with a lot of locations that aren't open until after you beat the Elite Four the first time, and then going back for the Elite Four the second time. Trust me, I do not expect to make it through the Elite Four the second time around with our team. We barely made it through the first time. Just barely. We lost half of our team against the Elite Four, and we struggled against, I think it was the last 2 members of the Elite Four. The last member of the Elite Four and the champion. We struggled there. I do not expect it, but Team Snaps and Claps will damn sure put up a fight to win. 1 blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blank. 1 blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will put up a goddamn fight. I will try my best to carry the team to victory. And then the Pokemon White solo run. Pokemon White solo run. I wanted to do solo run of White version about halfway through Fire Red. About halfway through Fire Red, I said, "Hey, let's do a solo run." But who can I take in here? When Skitlord had his accident, I almost spoiled it. When he had his accident in the first part of the Fire Red run, the Nuzlocke run for Fire Red. This puzzle is actually hard for me to do and talk at the same time. This one. When he had his accident, I said maybe I should take Skitlord because I like Skitlord. I was not expecting a Skitty to make it this far on the team. I was not expecting him to go this far. 1 blank. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it amazed me, and I'm proud. I'm proud to have Skitlord with me in the solo run. Proud to have Skitlord with me in the solo run. That's actually it. And I'm probably not going to solve this puzzle. This one's hard. This one's hard for me to sit here and talk through. I'm missing something important. I know I am. But thank you guys for checking out this logical rambling series. I'm gonna try my best to have one every week. No promises. It's whenever I have a little free moment, I want to sit down and update you guys on something, as well as do a little bit of logic game to mellow out. I'll catch you guys later here on the Hope Play. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe so that you can see more as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching.